the birthplace of the Bohemian Revolution, from Cowork 591 Studios. This is the Steve Brown Arts Center Podcast Network. I'm Jim Gillespie with producer Blake Tempus, and this is the Jesup News for July 10th, 2023. Dale's on assignment as on grandfather duty tonight. On today's podcast, we talk about winners and losers. I talk about being a Yankee fan. We return to the 9th segment of Mandino's book on how to be successful. We look at the events inside the Steve Brown Arts Center. We give you the top stories in Jesup, and we discuss service and arts. The Steve Brown Arts Center is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that has a vision for artists, young and old alike, to have the opportunity to better themselves while helping to build the skills of those around them. It's offering community programming in Jesup as well as neighboring communities. Programming includes a community speaker series that showcases existing creatives who reside within the community, as well as a pop-up series that will spotlight and partner with local businesses to provide opportunities for community engagement. The long-range vision is to house a rural artist residency program for professional and emerging artists in all areas of the arts and the humanities. Artists will be offered accommodations and studio space in exchange for a contribution of labor and maintenance of the buildings and grounds. First, in library news, remember that Little Tot Storytime meets every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. for songs, stories, and more. The Spice Club this month is dill. Get yours today at the front desk. It's a perfect fit for the summertime cucumbers. The Fontana Critters help us send off the red-eyed tree frog and welcome our July critter from Fontana Park on Wednesday, July 5th at 11 a.m. The Jesup Public Library was closed over the weekend for Farmers Day, but opens to normal hours starting today. Mega Foam Blaster Party, Friday, July 7th at 1 p.m. on the southeast corner of Young and 5th Street. And the park across Joe's Pizza, playing Mountains of Foam. It's non-toxic and non-staining. Wear a swimsuit or clothes that can get wet and bring along a towel and goggles if desired. Don't forget to support the JPL by buying coffee and a polar water container. Don't forget, new things to check out include a telescope. Check with Becky on that. Remember Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. We're excited to bring you and your children the gift of books. The movie for this month is on the 24th of July. It's called Champions at 1 p.m. It's rated PG-13, and it stars Woody Harrelson as the coach of 10 actors with learning disabilities. I've seen the previews, and they're just incredible previews. You get a chance to see that. As we continue, Dale is off tonight watching his grandson play district baseball at Hudson. And so I decided to do a part on baseball myself. I know Dale has a great love for baseball. And when I was about 5 years old, my father took me into the Ray and Bill's gas station. It was a standard station in Cresco, Iowa. And it was a Saturday afternoon, and there was a baseball game on the television. And Ray McIntyre, one of the owners, asked my father who his favorite baseball team was. And he said it was the New York Yankees. And at that point, as a 5-year-old, I realized for the first time in my life, I too was a Yankee fan. So this is on my blog, My Life in the Amish Air Force, and it's called My Life as a Yankee. This is dedicated to the Yankee fans out there. Sorry, Coach Oberhauser. Yes, I'm a Yankee fan. I saw Thurman Munson 2 weeks before he wrapped his airplane up. I shook Louis Tiant's hand while he held his Cuban cigar in the other hand. I got an autograph from George Steinbrenner when I had my Yankee helmet on, and he treated me like a son while he told my best friend who had a twin cap on to get away from me. I saw Willie Randolph have 2 opposite field home runs in one game. I saw Ron Guidry blank the Twins one night and steal a base the next night when Billy Martin used him as a pinch runner. I watched Reggie Jackson throw a guy out from right field at the bottom of the inning, then hit a 400-foot homer at the top of the next. I died when Billy Martin died. I died when Mickey Mantle died. I died when Thurman Munson died, and I cried the Monday night of Munson's funeral when ABC just had to show the Yankees on the Monday night game of the week, and Bobby Mercer hit a homer late in the game to win it and sat down on the bench and cried like a baby over the death of his friend. I won with Billy and lost with Billy. I was there when they hired Bob Lemon, and I watched as he got them to the World Series. I lost with Ralph. I lost with Bucky. I lost with Lou. And I'm proud to say I won with Joe. I watched the night Reggie hit 3 homers. I watched the day Bucky hit the homer over the monster in Boston. I watched as Chambliss won the American League Championship Series with a walk-off homer. I cry when they show Lou Gehrig on a video claimed to be the luckiest man alive. I was a Yankee fan before George Will proclaimed baseball to be America's game, and the yuppies decided to learn the history of the game and look down their nose at you if you didn't remember Hack Wilson's batting average. I'm a Yankee fan, and I'm proud to live in a country where you can buy a team. This isn't the USSR. Everyone is not equal, and I'm not ashamed to say they shouldn't be. If you want fair, go to the one in your county. How much money do the Yankees bring into the third world team pockets? This is no brag, just fact. I'm a Yankee fan, and I will not apologize to anyone for that. This is the Steve Brown Arts Center at Cowork 591 Studios. Cowork is always a great host to us, and we try to say what's going on there. This week, co-host is hoping Good Morrow Pizza from 4 to 7 tonight. On the 10th of July, they're hosting Burritos Express from 11 to 7 on the 11th. And they have a free work day on the 14th at Cowork 591. And also, Bear's Fire Grill is here from 11 till 3 on the 14th. Stop in and say hi to Kelly and talk about a membership. The obituaries sent to us by White Funeral Home. We have only one. It is one that Blake knows this family. I know this family. It's a tough one for us. Jeffrey Francis Hinchin, 57 years old, of Independence, formerly of Jesup, died Thursday, June 29, 2023, at his home in Independence. Jeff was born July 8, 1965 in Dubuque, Iowa, the son of Gerald Bernard Hinchin and Jeanette Margaret. He graduated from Jesup High School with a class of 1984. On August 26, 1991, he was united in marriage to Dawn Marie Barker in Jesup. Jeff had been employed at Blue Buffalo in Independence before his illness. He had also worked at Iowa Ham, Pre's Enterprise Incorporated, and had been a driver for Don Hummer Trucking and Ryder Trucking. Jeff is survived by his wife, Dawn Hinchin of Independence, 4 daughters, Jody of Independence, Crystal of Owine, Jill of Bettendorf, Jenny of Independence, 1 son, Dusty of Independence, 2 grandchildren, William and Ava, his father, Jerry Hinchin of Jesup, and his mother, Jeanette Lincoln of Independence. 5 brothers: Mike Hinchin of Independence, Mark Hinchin of Tiffin, Kevin Hinchin of Fairbank. 3 sisters: Karen Pullen and Jean Bergman of Jesup, Jack Danielson of Cedar Falls, 1 stepsister: Karen Martin of Denver, also many fur babies. He was a great animal lover. He was preceded in death by a stepmother, Judy Hinchin, 1 sister, Carla Strickler, a sister-in-law, Dawn Hinchin, and stepbrother, Roger Meganagel. White Funeral Home was in charge of arrangements. Had all of his children in class, and actually had Jeff in class in 1984. It's rather sad one for me to read. In Jesup news, when the contract comes back, they will start work on North Street from the golf course to the four-way stop sign there at Main Street. They have 60 days when the contract is returned to finish that construction. You golfers will have to find a way either to go out of town to the west on Old 20 and down that gravel road, or go south out of town and come up the Blackhawk Buchanan Road to the golf course. I'm not sure if they're going to leave you a way to get down that road, but I'm saying the other ways will be easier. They finished a building on out at the revived sewage plant out south of town, and a new building was built, and they finished that. They're still doing construction down by the post office down there, and on the east side of town, so be careful as you make turns in that area. Hopefully we had great weather for Farmers Day, and Dale will be back next week to talk about Farmers Day. As we tape, we tape the Wednesday night before Farmers Day. The winner for this week, in my mind, is Brock Sabers. Brock tried to set up a 3-on-3 tournament at the new basketball court down by Joe's Pizza, and they didn't get enough people to sign up, but they are having a knockout tournament during Farmers Day, which it'll be fun to find out who wins that. Brock is extremely flexible, and he does a super job for our community. He substitute teaches. He also runs the before and after school program, and Brock is remarkable. The loser in my mind, in our country, is the number of people that are dying from fentanyl overdose. The fentanyl overdose deaths are just shocking, and they're including in that fentanyl a drug called xylexine, which is an animal tranquilizer, and it's killing people as fast as they can take it. I saw a piece on it, and 30 pieces of salt, the equivalent of that, can kill people. So our country dealing with the fentanyl problem is the loser right now. In upcoming events in the Steve Brown Arts Center, this Thursday we have Art in the Park from 1 until 2 in the pavilion. It's the last one for this summer. And Allie Borgerding will be doing a Bubbles art project with the people that come. Make sure you tell your friends. We average between 15 and 25 each time, and would like to see those numbers even higher this week. We are getting closer to Littleton Free Watermelon Day, and we are looking for some volunteers if you are able. The hours are from noon until 8 on July 29th, 2023. We can attach you to one of the musical groups or all three of them if you'd like. We can put you in charge of the food trucks and you can enjoy that wonderful carnival food. We can put you in charge of the watermelon. We have free watermelon from 4 until 5. Like as always, to thank the sponsors for that, the Littleton Lounge, Reyes Concrete, the Littleton Chatham Historical Society, Jacobson's Fabrication Repair, Dream Chaser Acres, Boyd's, Jesup Lions Club, Independence High School FFA. Hopefully the watermelon is doing well. Thomas James is providing a dumpster for us, Totally Rolled Ice Cream, Even Events and Rentals. Owned by Chris Even. He's providing stages. He's providing picnic tables and cover tents for us to stay out of the shade on a hot day. Derek's Repair Shop and the Independence Bulletin and Journal. Remember, the Littleton Free Watermelon Day, Littleton, Iowa, Saturday, July 29th, 2023, from noon until 8, is presented by the Steve Brown Arts Center. Ninth Step to Success by Mandino in The Greatest Salesman in the World is I will act now. I will act now, I will act now, I will act now. For you procrastinators out there, and I am a procrastinator as well, but for you procrastinators out there, this is something that is wonderful. I've got to tell you a story about how we actually got a push to get started with our podcast. I was in the library one day, and I ran into a very active and involved member of our community. He was coming in as I was going out, and he stopped me and he said, have you guys done your podcast yet? And it sort of irritated me at the time, Blake, but I have to thank him now. I'm so happy that he promoted that start. I was a little mean to him that day after he pushed me into a corner sort of about starting it. Today we had our 2,000th listener today, Blake, which I'm proud to say is a good number. We average around 35 listeners a week. I think the last 7 days we had 37 listeners. Got a very kind text message just before I came into the studio from Paul Yeager. He's on Iowa Public Television, and he enjoyed the interview, last week's interview with Jacob McMartin, and we'd like to wish Jacob great success with the football team, not just this year, but the every year. I'm a big fan of Jacob and his wife as well. His wife is a physician's assistant in the wound center over at Buchanan County Hospital. The step to success is I will act now. It's all about habits, people, and Mandino pushes to not wait for tomorrow and not pat yourself on the back for what happened yesterday. If you want to be successful, you've got to succeed now. Don't wait for tomorrow. I will act now. If you'd like to donate to the Steve Brown Arts Center or have an idea for an event, go to the stevebrownartscenter.org and follow the link. If you have news or would like to sponsor us, email us at jim@stevebrownartscenter.org or call 319-290-0241 and leave a message. I'm Jim Gillespie. Thanks to producer Blake Tempus. Thanks to Kelly C. Haas at Cowork 591 Studios for getting us set up each. Thanks to the audience for bringing these stray dogs into your day. And remember, each day is about little victories.